If you are over 55 and Social Security barely covers the basics, that is not your fault. It is the math of 1971, the year the dollar lost its anchor and your check started shrinking while staying the same on paper. By the end of this video, I will show you the exact $50 Amish kitchen system that pays Susan from Grand Rapids $700 every Saturday morning before noon with no app and no website. And I will show you how to get the full plain money method with the cash playbook included on sale this week for $27. But first, 3 things nobody told you about how the Amish actually make money from their kitchens, and the one Saturday morning ritual that turns groceries into rent. Here's the trap most Americans over 60 walked into without seeing it. The average Social Security check today is just over $1,900 a month. Rent is $1,100. Medicare supplement is $200. Utilities, $250. Groceries, $400. Do the math. There's nothing left. Not for the grandkid's birthday, not for the new tires, not for the dental work. And the Federal Reserve's own data shows the dollar today buys about 43 cents of what it bought in 1971. 43 cents on the dollar. That is not inflation. That is a slow, scheduled theft written into a 50-year calendar. And the answer your advisor gives is always the same. Pull more from retirement. Get a part-time job. Sell the house. None of that fixes the real problem. You're still running on the income model from 1970. The Amish never accepted that model. They never let it in. By the way, Susan from Grand Rapids, 64, widowed 3 years ago. Same 2-bedroom house her husband Tom built in 1986. 14 months ago, she had $210 in savings and a check that ran out by the 22nd of every month. Last Saturday morning between 6 and 11, she made $723 at her own kitchen table. No app, no website. She did not learn that from her broker. She did not learn it on the news. She found it in the first link in the description. Anyway, back to 1971. On August 15th, the president announced the dollar would no longer be backed by gold. He said it was temporary. It was never temporary. From that day forward, every dollar was paper, backed by nothing. And here is what most people do not know about that year. The IRS quietly began enforcing the hobby loss rule from 1969. It made it harder for an ordinary person to earn cash from home without filing as a business. 2 events, 1 year. The dollar lost its anchor and the kitchen lost its protection. Before 1971, a 60-year-old widow could bake bread on Saturday and sell it to her neighbors. Nobody asked her for a license. After 1971, the cottage food laws started passing. By 1985, 41 states had restrictions on home food sales. The kitchen economy was killed line by line. Sarah Byler is 61. Adams County, Indiana. 8 children. I asked her once how she earned her own money. She laughed. And she walked me into her kitchen and pointed at the table. Saturday mornings, the women in her settlement run what she called a stand back. Each bakes, ferments, cans, mends, or sews one thing she's good at. No store, no employees, no business license, no internet. Sarah's specialty is sourdough starter. A small jar costs $4. She sells 80 jars on a slow Saturday and 160 on a good one. Beside her was her granddaughter, age 11, running the pickled bean station. The granddaughter made $86 before lunch. She is in 5th grade. Stop and think about that. An 11-year-old Amish girl with no app, no platform, no employer, made more in one Saturday morning than most American kids make in a week of after-school work. Sarah told me one sentence I want you to hear before I show you Susan's story. She said, word for word, "When the English ask permission to earn, we earn while they ask. Hold on. Before I go on, I need to stop for 4 minutes and tell you exactly what happened to Susan." If you recognize yourself in her story, what I am about to say changes the rest of this video for you. If it does not apply to you, the link is in the description, and I will meet you in 4 minutes when we get back to the streams. But I think it will apply. Listen, Susan is 64. Her husband Tom died of a heart attack 3 years ago. 41 years of marriage. He handled the money. After the funeral, she sat down with the accountant and learned 3 things in one afternoon. 1. The pension was a fraction of what Tom had told her, because the company had been sold twice and the benefit reduced both times. 2. The 401k had lost 22% of its value to fees and bad fund choices over 27 years. 3. Their savings had $11,000. Most went to the funeral, and to back taxes, Tom had quietly stopped paying his last year. Susan went home, walked into the kitchen, and stood at the sink for 2 hours. She did not cry. She just stood there. She remembered something her mother said when Susan was 9, after her own father died in 1968. Her mother said, word for word, "A woman with a stove is never broke." That night, Susan wrote down 4 things she could make. Bread, pickled vegetables, a blueberry preserve from her grandmother, and mended jeans because she had been a seamstress before marriage. She had $50 left. She spent $42 on flour, yeast, mason jars, lids, and pickling spice. First Saturday, she set up her own driveway, card table, hand-lettered sign that said Saturday Kitchen, 6 to 11. 3 neighbors came. She made $41. She did the same thing the next Saturday, and the next, and the next. By week 6, the line was down her driveway. Here's the part most income advice will never tell you. It is not the products. It is the sequence. Susan did not try the big online marketplaces. She did not build a website. She did not learn social media. She did not advertise. She did one thing in one place on one morning every single week. Predictable, weekly, walkable. The people who came that first Saturday told 2. Those told 4. By month 4, she was capping at 60 customers per Saturday because that was all she could prep on Friday. And here's the math that changes everything for a woman on a fixed income. $50 in startup, no monthly fee, no app, no employee, no license required for the cash volume she does under the home seller threshold. By month 9, she had 12 repeat customers buying weekly subscriptions. Bread, prepaid by the month. By month 12, she added Sunday roast catering. By month 14, last Saturday, she crossed $700 in one morning, more than a part-time job at the big box store pays in a week. She made it in 5 hours at her own table in her slippers. And the part nobody talks about, she did this as a 64-year-old widow with arthritis in her right hand. No business background, no education past high school. She did it because the model fits the human being, not the other way around. Everything Susan did, the sequence, the 4 products, the Saturday-only schedule, the no app rule, the subscription bread, all of it is in Chapter 6 of the Amish Money Code. And the full breakdown is in Bonus 4, the 50 to 400 Weekly Cash Playbook. Here is what is in the bundle this week. The ebook, 7 chapters, 168 pages, 87 sources from the Federal Reserve, Penn State Amish Studies, the Young Center at Elizabethtown College, USDA Plain Communities reports, $47. Bonus 1, the $2 Ledger template pack, printable, with the Sunday Reckoning checklist Sarah walked me through. $37. Bonus 2, the $3 envelope starter kit. 7 envelopes, the first fruits order, the workaround when you cannot carry cash. $27. Bonus 3, the 401k escape plan, the $7 Amish alternative, the rollover phone script, 3 tools any American can copy. $47. Bonus 4, the one that matters most today, the 50 to 400 weekly cash playbook, 12 streams ordered by setup time, the Saturday kitchen template Susan used, pricing chart, the subscription bread script, the home seller threshold in every state, $67. Bonus 5, the Sunday Reckoning audio ritual, 22 minutes guided, $27. Bonus 6, lifetime updates free forever, $37. And bonus 7, only for the next 48 hours. The personal money audit email. Write 1 email, get 1 customized response from a plain money researcher on your specific situation, $97. Total stack value, $386. This week, $27. And here's the guarantee. Try it 90 days. Set up your Saturday kitchen, run it 90 days. If your first Saturday does not pay your grocery week, write 1 email with 1 word, refund. Every dollar back. Keep every bonus, forever, even if you refund. The first link in the description. Bishop Yoder did not put a paywall on what he showed me. I am not going to either. Okay, back to the video. The next thing I will show you is the second stream, the one that runs on autopilot every Tuesday, and the 400-year-old Pennsylvania Dutch rule that makes the whole model work. Susan's $700 on Saturday is the headline, but it is built on what the playbook calls the Kitchen 12. 12 streams an American grandmother can run from her own house with no app and no employer. I will walk you through the first 4 right now. Watch this. Stream 1 is the Saturday kitchen itself. Bread, preserves, pickled vegetables, simple baked goods. Startup, $40 to $70. By month 3, $200 to $400 per Saturday. Stream 2 is the sourdough starter subscription. A live starter sold by the jar with a care guide. People come back because the starter dies in most homes within 8 months. Startup, $12. Earning $60 to $120 per Saturday. Recurring. Stream 3 is the mending bench. Susan added it in month 4. Sewing kit on the kitchen table. A pile of torn jeans and shirts the neighbors drop off the night before. $5 per repair. A skilled mender does $20 in a morning. Stream 4 is the Sunday roast catering line. The bridge stream ties Saturday earnings into a Sunday delivery. You take orders Saturday morning. 3 or 4 neighbors order a Sunday roast, beef, chicken, or pork, with potatoes and a vegetable, dropped at their porch by noon Sunday. Average ticket, $35. Average margin, $22. Susan runs 4 to 6 per week. Adds about $120 on top of her Saturday. Those 4 streams alone are how Susan crossed $700 last Saturday. The next 8 in the playbook compound overtime. Each is in Chapter 6 of the ebook, and the full step-by-step is in Bonus 4. But first, why does this work for the Amish and almost never work for Americans who try the same products online? It is the 400-year-old Pennsylvania Dutch rule nobody on Wall Street has ever heard of. The rule is 3 words, same morning, same place. Amish. Saturday markets are not pop-ups. They are not seasonal. They happen every single Saturday in the same driveway with the same vendor at the same time. For years, sometimes decades. That predictability is what builds the customer base, not the marketing, the consistency. After 3 weeks, the neighbors put it in their own calendar. Now back to the streams. We covered 4. Here are 4 more. Stream 5 is the granola subscription. Cost to start, about $18 in oats, honey, and seeds. A 2-pound bag sells for $14. 12 weekly subscribers equals $168 a week. Batch Monday. Deliver Tuesday. Stream 6 is honey and preserve wholesale. You partner with 1 or 2 coffee shops or small grocery stores in your zip code. Drop 10 to 20 jars a week. They pay you 5 to 7 per jar. Volume becomes yours over time. Stream 7, goat milk soap. The slowest to start, the highest margin once running. A bar retails $7 to $9. Cost per bar, under $1. By month 12, 300 to 400 bars a month. Stream 8 is garden excess. If you grow anything, tomatoes, zucchini, beans, herbs, you sell the surplus at your Saturday table. Almost zero startup. $20 to $50 per Saturday in season. And listen, if part of you is saying, this sounds good, but I am not Amish. I do not have neighbors who would buy this. My arthritis is worse than Susan's. Let me tell you what Susan told me the second time we spoke. She said, the only thing that mattered was that I started. Not that I had a plan. I had $50 in a kitchen, and I started. She told me, word for word, every Saturday I did not do this was a Saturday. Someone else was making $700, and I was not. The link is in the description. $27, 90 days to test. Bonuses, you keep either way. And if you have ever felt that exact thing, that something has been ending and you have not started anything new in years, write the word yes in the comments. I read everyone. Now back to the playbook. The first week is where most people get it wrong, so listen carefully. Streams 9 through 12 are the seasonal accelerators, the ones that turn a $400 Saturday into a $700 Saturday, the way Susan's was last week. Stream 9 is the holiday bakery stack, Thanksgiving pies, Christmas cookies, Easter bread, orders 3 weeks in advance. 1 weekend of delivery, $800 to $1,400 per holiday weekend, 3 holidays a year. Stream 10 is the quilt repair line. Most American homes have a quilt handed down from a grandmother that the family refuses to throw out. $50 to $150 per repair. Stream 11 is the cookbook stream, a small recipe binder of your own family recipes, printed at a local print shop for under $2. Per copy, sold at the table for $15. Susan sells 30 a year. Stream 12 is the recipe teaching line, 2-hour Saturday afternoon lesson. Sourdough, canning, mending. $25 per person, 6 people, 4 times a year, $600. Stack the math. Saturday kitchen, $300. Sourdough, $100. Mending, $100. Sunday roast, $120. Garden, $50. $670 in 1 week. Add the seasonal streams across the year, and you are at $8,000 to $12,000 of net annual income, all from your kitchen, all on Saturdays, all without permission from anyone. And here's what the Federal Reserve will not put in a press release. That income is largely outside the standard banking system, paid in cash or check, declared at year-end on Schedule C, no payroll withholding, no 401k administrator skimming fees. This is what the Amish have been doing since they got off the boat from Switzerland in 1727. They never built the banking dependency. They never needed it. Why does it work for Susan and not for Americans who try the big online marketplaces? 3 reasons. 1, local proximity. Her customers are neighbors. They walk over. They cannot vanish behind a screen. 2, predictability. Same morning, same place. Saturday, 6 to 11 for 14 months. 3, no platform between her and her money. No marketplace fee, no payment processor hold. Cash or check, hers, the same hour she earns it. Now I'm going to give you the actual first week setup. The part most viewers stop the video, write down, and start tonight. Tonight, before bed. Sit at the kitchen table. Write down 4 things you make well: bread, cookies, jam, soup, pies, mended clothes, garden vegetables, pickled anything, soap, honey. Do not write what you think people would buy. Write what you make. The kitchen knows its own currency. Tomorrow, pick the simplest of the 4, the lowest startup, the one you have made the most times in your life. Day 3, go buy supplies for 10 units, not 100. 10, total under $40. Day 4, make the 10 units. Pull them out, jar them, pack them, count them on the counter. Day 5, Make a hand-lettered sign on cardboard. Saturday kitchen. Your hours. The name of one product. That is it. Day 6. Put the sign in your front yard the night before. Stack the 10 units on a card table. Day 7. Saturday morning. Be at the table by 6. Stay until 11. Sell what you sell. Whatever does not sell, give to a neighbor. Susan sold 3 things her first Saturday. 3, not 10. She made $11. That $11 was the most important money she ever earned. Because of what it proved. It proved the system worked. It proved her kitchen was a currency. It proved nobody had to give her permission to earn. The Saturday after that, she made 22, then 41. By week 6, 170. By week 12, 300. By week 56, last Saturday, 723. There is one rule that breaks the discouragement. The playbook calls it the 10 Saturday rule. You commit to 10 Saturdays, no matter what, no matter how few people come the first 3. Almost every reader who has done the 10 Saturdays reports a working customer base by week 7. Because here's the truth. Susan is not special. Sarah is not special. The 11-year-old Amish girl at the pickled bean station is not special. What is special is the model. And the model is older than the Federal Reserve and older than the credit card. And it is now in your hands, in the link in the description, for $27. A quick reminder, and we are almost done. The full Amish Money Code, the ebook, the ledger pack, the envelope kit, the 401k escape plan, the 50 to 400 weekly cash playbook, the audio ritual, lifetime updates, and the personal money audit email if you act in the next 48 hours. $386 in value. This week, $27, 72% off. The price goes back up to $37 next month. The personal money audit email expires 48 hours after you watch this video. That is not fake urgency. That is the deadline our team holds. 287 readers picked it up in the last 7 days, 13 of them refunded. 4.5% refund rate. We tell you that on purpose. Honest beats clever. The first link in the description. $27, 90 days to test it. Keep every bonus on refund. One note to the women watching, because this is mostly a woman's project, and I will not pretend otherwise. Sarah Byler told me her grandmother's grandmother ran a Saturday kitchen in 1873. Same model, same morning. 6 generations of Byler women have done this. None ever filed for bankruptcy. Now the last thing. Before you close this video, I want you to picture 2 Saturdays. The first Saturday is 6 months from today. November. Cold. You're at your card table on the porch, 26 Saturdays in. The first month you almost quit. The second month you made $45, but you kept going. And this Saturday morning, 3 months before your 65th birthday, you count the cash on the kitchen counter. $418, more than your weekly Social Security, more than the rent, more than the next 10 days of groceries. You are sitting at the same table where you used to stare at the bills and feel sick, and now the table is making you the money. Your daughter calls. She wants to know if you can come watch the grandkids over Christmas. You tell her you're flying out and you're paying for the ticket yourself. She does not believe you the first time you say it. You hang up, you smile, you do not need to explain it. That is one Saturday. Now the other Saturday, same date, same November, same kitchen. But you close this video 12 minutes from now, you did not click the link, you did not write the 4 things you make well, and it is November, same cold. You're at the same table, but the bills are still on it. The Social Security check is the same, the grocery list is the same. Your daughter calls. You do not fly out for Christmas because you cannot afford the ticket. You tell her you have a cold. Both Saturdays exist. They are real. The only difference is what you do in the next 12 minutes. Susan made one decision the night of her husband's funeral. She wrote down 4 things she could make. That decision separated her from every widow on her street. Margaret in Lubbock made one decision when she set up the first envelope. She is $8,000 ahead. Robert in Toledo made one decision when he wrote down all 5 card balances on one page. He is debt-free now. Walter in Tallahassee made one decision when he called his plan administrator. With the script in the escape plan, he has recovered $127,000. Every one of them made the same decision. They started. Sarah said one more thing in her kitchen that morning I want you to hear. She said, the English ask if it is the right time. The Amish ask if it is Saturday. It is Saturday somewhere this week, probably the one coming. And the link is in the description. One last thing. In the next 2 minutes, 2 things can happen. 1, you click the link, you pay $27. Tonight you read chapter 6. Tomorrow you write your 4 things. Wednesday you buy supplies. Saturday at 6, you sit at your card table with 10 units and a sign. Sunday night, you count the cash. A year from now, you're flying out to see the grandkids the way Susan is right now, or 2. You close this video. Saturday comes anyway. You stare at the bills. You forget by Tuesday. Both paths are real. The first link in the description. The personal money audit email expires 48 hours from now. The price goes up next month. $27, 90-day guarantee. Keep every bonus on refund. If your kitchen has a stove, you're not broke. Your mother knew it. Your grandmother knew it. It is time you remembered it. This knowledge does not belong to the banks. It does not belong to Wall Street. It does not belong to the men who killed the kitchen economy in 1971. It belongs to you and to your mother and to every woman who ever sat at a kitchen table on a Saturday morning and earned her own. Subscribe to this channel so no one ever forgets it again.